my channel. It's your girl Pamela Bass, and I'm so excited about this tutorial because I am going to be giving you a deep dive. I'm talking full walkthrough for how to set up one of the most important tools you are going to use in your business. Yes, did you know that in order to be able to run a successful business online, you're going to need email marketing? And one of the best ways to set up emails on autopilot is to use an email autoresponder. But sometimes it's really difficult to understand which tool should you use when there's GetResponse, there's ActiveCampaign, there's MailChimp, there's all sorts of things. Today I bring you one of my favorite tools that has helped me to run my business with absolute ease. It is completely reliable. This is the tool that I teach my clients, and it is really good on the wallet too. And it is, of course, ConvertKit. I absolutely love ConvertKit because it has a really good automation rules. I've been using ConvertKit for years now, and they are constantly improving, and it's getting better and better and better. And that is why I'm recording this deep dive for you. Now, before I even jump into this, do me a solid and subscribe to this channel and turn on your bell. I have so many amazing tutorials all about marketing, growing your business, and doing all of that good stuff and making that money. So turn on your bell so that you'll be the first to see when I publish, and we publish 3 times a week. So turn on your bell and subscribe right now. So ConvertKit. ConvertKit has absolutely helped me in pretty much every way. I remember when I first started my business, I really struggled with finding out which tool to use, and I tried pretty much everything under the sun, and I decided to go with ConvertKit. Why? Because it's actually free to get started, and secondly, because it gives me really good automation capabilities that, you know, are perfect for my business and for your business too. Now, to get started with ConvertKit, I want you to use the link right below this video in the description. It is my special link, and yes, if you know, it is an affiliate link. And as I thank you for using my link, if you send me an email, you're going to see the details right under this video. I will be sending you some emails that are going to help you to get started with email marketing. That's right, I'm going to be gifting you an email swipe file to help you with your emails, your welcome series. So I want to say thank you in advance for that. The link will be right under this video. So let's jump into this deep dive tutorial for how to use ConvertKit in 2021, your full guide for ConvertKit. Let's go. So the first thing you want to do is to click the link in the description of this video to head to the ConvertKit website so that you can start on their free plan. So remember to use the link in the description of this video. So once you get there, this is what you're going to see on your screen. And it says, do you use an email marketing tool in your business? So the first thing they want to know is what your experience level of using email marketing is. And so you can either click, yes, I'm moving from another tool. If you are moving from something such as MailChimp, GetResponse, ActiveCampaign, or anything like that, which is very likely, as ConvertKit is a fantastic tool to use for your emails. Or you can click, no, I'm just starting with email. So I'm going to click this because I'm assuming that you are a beginner. Or you can click the other one, that's completely fine. So do you have a website? We'll use this to help set up the forms and landing pages. So click on whichever one applies to you. For this, I'm going to assume you don't already have a website. So I'm going to click on no over here. Who are you as a creator? Select up to 3 or enter more accurate descriptor. So whoever you are as a creator, select. This doesn't actually affect your use of ConvertKit. It doesn't actually affect anything. I think this is ConvertKit just trying to get more information on their users, etc. So it doesn't really matter what you choose. So for this, I'm going to choose blogger, I'm going to choose coach, and I'm going to choose YouTuber. It doesn't actually matter what you choose. So click on continue. Last step, login details. Let's secure your account and get started. So for this, you definitely want to get started with an email that you have never used with ConvertKit before so that you can benefit from their free plan. So for this, use a fictitious email that I have never used before. So I have entered my email and password, and you have to click this, of course, to agree to the terms and conditions. And then all you do is click on get started, and it's working. And here we are. We are now here inside of ConvertKit. The first thing you're going to see is this welcome to ConvertKit message. We're so excited to have you in ConvertKit, etc. You also have a welcome video, which you can watch. Brilliant. So this is Nathan Barry. He's actually quite active when it comes to ConvertKit, and I really love the business that he has created and the tool ConvertKit. So this is really it's a really great company. It's a solid company. So over here, it's telling you a few things. It says here are some things to get you started. Create a landing page. Start collecting subscribers with a page that we host for you. Now on my channel, you will see a playlist for email marketing secrets and strategies. Now, of course, the reason you are in ConvertKit is because you want to build an email list of customers. So please make sure that you get hold of that playlist. So you can create your landing page, you can share on social media, you can text or email 10 friends, you can add your first subscriber, you can send a broadcast. So these are all the things that you can do on your free account. Now, before we even do any of these things, let me dive in and walk you through the dashboard. The dashboard is so clean, it is so unique, it is so beautiful, and it's very easy to use. The first thing you can see here is landing pages and forms. Whenever you want to collect an email from somebody, so they want to get onto your email list, you're going to either need a landing page or a form. So this is where we come to create them, and I'm going to walk you through that shortly. The next thing you see here are your subscribers. This is where your subscriber list will be. So everybody who is subscribed to your business, you will find here. And there are some really amazing things that you can do for your subscribers by putting them into segments, tagging them and grouping them in such a way that allows you to enjoy your account and to understand exactly who's there and why they are there. It is really, really powerful. And then this is broadcast. So under your free account, guys, ConvertKit allows you to send broadcasts, which I think is fantastic. I think you can have up to 1,000 subscribers and you can send broadcast messages. So broadcast messages are everyday messages. So they are single messages that you can send at any time for as long as you want, really up to 1,000 subscribers. So that's where you can do that here. And don't worry, I'm going to be showing you all of these things and how to use them. Products, if you have products, this is where you can find out exactly who has bought your product. So ConvertKit is amazing, guys. Automations. So now the only thing that is different from the paid plan to the free plan is automations. So you can definitely get started with the paid plan. Now, at the end of this tutorial, I will show you this automation tab. I will log into my other account that is an upgrade, and I'll show you the automations and how to use it, because it has definitely been a game changer to my business, a game changer for my business. So I'll show you how to use that, and I'll also walk you through how to upgrade when you are ready to upgrade. And of course, learn. This is where you learn tutorials, etc. And in this section over here, over here, you know what to do. You can upgrade. Over here you can ask questions. Over here, this is where you see your settings, all of the various things that you need. This is where you find out. So your profiles here, your account settings, general email referrals. If you want to refer people to ConvertKit, you can find the details here. Email templates. ConvertKit gives you access to email templates that you can use, content snippets, community, joining their community, and of course logging out. So these are all self-explanatory. And then down in the bottom right hand corner over here, which I really love, you can ask ConvertKit a question. So if I click on this here, their chat pops up and you can actually speak to them if you are stuck. Don't you love a business that actually cares about its customers? So this is the walkthrough of what ConvertKit looks like. So let's dive in. Again, the first thing we want to do is actually to set up your account properly. So hit the drop down where your name is over here and go to account settings over there. Now, the first thing you want to do is to tell ConvertKit exactly, who you are and what you are doing on the account. You want to enter your company name. So over here, I'm going to call it Pam's testing account. So whatever your company name is, type it in that section over there. Then you want to head over here on the left hand side to email. This is very, very important. The first thing ConvertKit is going to do is whatever email you sign up with, it will have that in the first section over here. But ConvertKit won't be able to accept your email until you have verified your email. So that's why it says pending over here. One of the things that I highly recommend that you do is that you have a business email, and you can see there's a warning here. It says you're using free email addresses. This can negatively impact your deliverability. Learn more, right? So you want to use an email that actually belongs to you. So whatever your brand is, if you have a domain for your brand, get an email associated with that. And this is what you do with it. You come over here to add from address, and you add the from name. So I'm going to add Pam Obasa here. and then the email address you want to add, you can use it here. So I'm going to use one that I've never used with ConvertKit. So I hope it's not in ConvertKit already. Let's try support@thelucrativelady.com. Let's click on add over here. And then what happens is it's going to say pending, and then ConvertKit, what they've done is that they have actually sent an email for me to verify and validate that specific email, that I own it. So that's what this is over here. So now let me head over to my email to see how to verify, to show you that. Okay, I'm on my email right now, and you can see there's an email from ConvertKit, and it's saying verify your email address with ConvertKit. And all you have to do is click on verify email over here. And then it's going to ask me to log in again over here. So I've entered my email address again over here, and I'm going to hit the login over here. So now I have now confirmed my own email address that's associated with my business. So this is how you confirm your email address. So now that your email address is in, the next thing you want to do is actually down here. It's the default time to send emails. Now you want to make sure that you select your time zone over here. So find your correct time zone by just scrolling through or typing it in here. So I am London over here. Right, so that's my time zone. And then the default time to send emails, I like to set mine up for 6 a.m. as my default time. Now you can change this later, and you can even change the time for a single email if you want it sent at a specific time. Like, it really is that flexible, but you want to have a default time on your account. So now that is set up. The next thing you want to do is add your address. Now by law, right, you must have a physical address where you can be reached at the bottom of every single email. Now this is something cool that ConvertKit has done. It wasn't here when I first started with ConvertKit, but it is now. It says you can use our address if you don't have one ready. And what they have done is they have actually pre-filled in their address here for you, which I think is pretty neat. So leave it there. If you have your own address, of course, change it and pop in your own address. But for now, I'm going to leave this as it is, and my account is now set up. Okay, so now I want to show you how to import subscribers from a different email list over to ConvertKit. This is something that's very easy to do, and you might want to do this if you have another email provider somewhere else and you now want to bring everybody to ConvertKit. So what you do is you go over here to subscribers, over here. As you can see, it's empty, right? Because this is a brand new account. So what you want to do is hit this red button over here. But before we do that, you can see that we have many things that we can do. So you can create segments. So you can segmentation lets you group subscribers together for broadcast. This is very important. So you can click here and create a segment. You can also click here to create tags. So tags help you organize your subscribers, and then also products your subscribers have bought, you can add them here. So this is where you find out a lot of information about your subscribers. So you might want to use a segment, for example, if you have multiple businesses under one account. That's a really great way to use segments, right? You can also segment people based on their behavior, i.e. because they grabbed this specific lead magnet, because they attended this specific event. You might want to segment them. It's definitely easier to send a broadcast message via a segment. Now tag, I use tags all the time. I tag people based on their behavior specifically. I like to know when people have clicked a specific link. I like to know when they have said yes to a specific thing. I like to know how many people have grabbed the lead magnet, how many people have bought a product, and I tag them all here. And of course, products are self-explanatory. These are products your subscribers have bought. So when it comes to adding new subscribers for the very first time from another email account, you click over here on the red button that says add subscribers. So let's click on that. Now it's ConvertKit is telling you that you should create a tag for the new people that you are adding. And you can see here, it's already pre-populated the date over here. So you can change the name of the tag over here, but I'm actually going to leave it as it is and use this as an opportunity to create my very first tag. So I'm going to click on create tag over here. Now, what it's asking is, how would you like to import your subscriber? Would you like to add a single subscriber one by one? Would you like to import via a CSV file? Would you like to import from another provider? Now, if you're importing more than one subscriber, you want to go with the CSV file. Now, the CSV file is simply a document. It's like an Excel document almost that has a list in the right fields so that ConvertKit, and in fact, any email provider can easily pick it up. Now, the best way to get your CSV file is to go to your current email provider, if you already have email subscribers under that particular provider, and export your subscribers as a CSV file and save it onto your desktop or your laptop, and then come over here and click on import CSV file. So I'm going to click it right now because I have already followed that steps. Now, ConvertKit is asking where should the subscribers be imported, and you can see that I only have one tag and it has pre-selected the tag here. So if I had more than one tag, I would be able to tick the tag that I want it to be pre-populated into, but I only have one, so I'm going to move on. Now over here it says you can select or drag and drop your CSV file. So I'm going to click on this, and it's going to bring up my desktop, and I'm going to try and find a CSV file. Now, for the purpose of this, it actually doesn't matter which one I use. So I'm going to use this one because I think it's a small list. So you select your CSV file, you click on open over here, and then you need to go down, because what is happening is ConvertKit wants you to map the column fields. Now, there are only two pieces of data that you actually need from ConvertKit, and that is their first name and their email. So looking down here, you can see, as you can see, what ConvertKit has done is they are putting up, they have showed you a lot of data that you could add, but really to begin with, the only data you need is the name and email. So now on this side is a sample data showing you what it is. So you can clearly see that this is somebody's first name and this is somebody's last name. And if I scroll down, we can see their email. So all we need really is their first name. So I've seen first name over here. The first thing you need to do is check this middle section, make sure that nothing is mapped out already, right? And then you want to map it out yourself. So map out their first name. So hit here and click on first name, because we know that this is their first name. The next thing you want to do is to map out their email. So look on the left hand side over here and look for email. So I found email, which is over here, and I can confirm that this is an email address. So I'm going to hit the drop down in the middle and click on email. So now I have their name and their email. Once you have done that, you scroll all the way down, and I don't know if you can see, but this green bar is actually hiding the import subscribers. Can you see that red bar right at the bottom? I'm not sure why this is happening. I think it's just my screen, but you need to click on the red button underneath that says import subscribers. So I have clicked on that now. There we are. So it says success. We are now processing your import. You will receive an email once it is done. So we have now imported our subscribers, or rather ConvertKit is doing it right now. It can take a couple of minutes for that to happen. And when it does, you're going to see it appear at the top. And you're also going to see your subscriber count. Right now it says 0 subscribers. The subscriber count is actually going to change. So let me see if it's done. Let me hit refresh and see if that is in. Sometimes it can take a couple of minutes. Oh, I think it's doing it. Brilliant. So you can see here it's imported 27 subscribers. And this green bar has gone up. So right over here, I'm still in the subscribers tab over here, right? This is where from day to day, you can see all information about your subscribers. So you can see your total number of subscribers over here, your average open rate over here, your click-through rate over here, how many emails you've sent will be over here. And again, any new subscribers for today will go over here. So this is the dashboard where you see that. So we have successfully imported 27 subscribers now over to ConvertKit. So now I want to walk you through how to create a landing page or a form so that you can begin to grow your email list, so that you can collect somebody's name, their email, and give them something in exchange in return for their email. A lot of people call this a lead magnet. Some people call it a freebie, a free gift. It doesn't matter what it is, but either way, you need to go over here to landing pages and forms. Now, if you're looking for some tutorials for how to create a really good lead magnet, then you want to really check out our tutorial on how to grow your email list from 0 to 15,000 subscribers. Once again, it will be linked beneath this video. So I've clicked on landing pages and forms, and this is the very first page that you see. You can see there's a lot of information from ConvertKit. So what ConvertKit is saying over here is it wants to know whether you have a custom domain or whether you don't have a custom domain, and you need to set up a landing page in order to be able to set up your custom domain. So you want to click on whichever one applies to you, really. So some people may not have a custom domain. So let's see what happens if I click on I do not have a custom domain over here. So let's see what it says at the bottom. Okay, so if you do not have a custom domain already, ConvertKit has actually already made a provision, right? So it's giving you a default URL to use so that you can begin collecting emails straight away. And don't you just love this, right? They're not holding you hostage and saying, go and buy this and go and buy that. Just use our default email in order to begin to collect emails and create your landing page already. So I think this is brilliant. When you get started, make sure you read this information to see what applies to you. And of course, if you do already have a custom domain, then you'd click the other link and then add your custom domain. So now there are two things that we can create in this section. That the first is a landing page, the second is a form, and then you can watch the demo, but I'm actually going to show you how to do it here right now. The first one I'm going to show you is how to create a form. Now, when would you need a form? You create a form to embed anywhere on your website, sales page, or a web page that you host yourself. So this is for people who already have a website, a web page, a sales page, or anything like that. You use a form for that. So I'm going to show you how to create that. Then, for those of you who do not have a website at all, I'm also going to show you how to create your landing page. So let's do the form first. So go over here to create a form. Now, ConvertKit teaches you how to create 4 types of forms. The first is an inline form. So you can see if you had a blog post, for example, you can see that the wordings would be above and below. And the inline form where people put in their name and email would literally sit in the middle here as the blue bar is sitting there. Now, the next one is a modal. A modal essentially means that it's going to be some sort of pop-up and it's going to blur everything else in the background. So this is quite evasive. If you want to use that, that's completely fine. I don't mind either of them. It's completely up to you. This one is known as a slide in, and you can see that you have all your content in the middle and then it slides in on the bottom right hand corner. And then this over here, which I also like, is known as a sticky bar, and the sticky bar goes right at the top. So this is when you, let's say if you have a podcast, you have a brand new podcast episode, you want to put it up there. You're running a challenge or a webinar, you want to put your sticky bar up there so that people can begin registering for this. So I really, really like the sticky bar. Either way, it doesn't really matter which one you choose. So let's do the first one, which is in line. So once you click on that, you have various templates, right? ConvertKit is brilliant at giving you great templates. If you scroll through, you can look at all the various templates that you can use, right? But for the inline, I think this is the least intrusive one here, because you're going to be using it as part of content that already exists. So this is the one that I would choose. It's called Claire. It's very simple. So you simply click on choose here. So now that I have chosen this, all I need to do is change this around. So there's quite a few things that I want to do on this. So there's email address here. I also want to add the name. I think it's really weird to send somebody an email and it just says, hey, and that's it, right? I want it to say, hey, Pam, right? To call out their name. So only the email is showing here. So I'm going to click on this plus over here. And it's given me another field over here. So now on the right hand side, I get to select the custom field over here. So this is a custom field over here, custom field first name. So can you see now I have email address and I have first name. So let me see if I can move this around. There we go. So I want it to be first name first and then email. So now I can get those 2 pieces of information. The next thing you want to do is you probably want to change the word subscribe. I don't know about you, but I really don't like that word. If I'm going to give somebody something for free, you probably want it to say download. So I've double clicked and I'm going to type download over here. So it is now there. The next thing you might want to do is actually change the color. Perhaps blue isn't your brand color. So over here on the right hand side, I'm going to click on this blue and I'm going to select something that I think works better with my brand. So here we are. This isn't my actual brand color, but I kind of like it. So let's stick to it. Here we are. There are other things that you would change, but I wouldn't bother to change that. You definitely do want to change the form name over here so that you can recognize it. So over here, you want to click on the pencil and you want to name it whatever your lead magnet is called. So let's say I have a Facebook ad checklist. Right, I'm going to hit enter, and now I have named my form. Nobody's going to see this name, by the way. This is just for you for organizational purposes. Now, there are a few things that you can do over here. You can click here to preview your form. You can also click here to embed your form, which I'll show you in a moment. And in fact, I'll get part of my tech team to actually show you how to embed that form on your website for those of you who want to follow that steps. That's just a little bonus that they will slide in. Over here, you can see your reports, so that when you have your form, when it's gone out, you can see how many visitors you've had, how many subscribers you've had, the conversion rate of those subscribers, etc. These are some of the things that you can do on that form. So if I click over here to content, let's go back. Oh, I didn't save it. Oh, look at me. Can you see what has happened, guys? So because I didn't save it, I've lost the changes that I had made. So please remember to save, right? Silly Pam forgot to save. So let's do that again, right? So over here, I'm going to click on first name. Let's just rejig everything, read it quickly. Change this to download. So this is a great lesson to remember to save all the time. All right, now I'm going to hit save over here. Okay, your form has now been saved. Now we can click around. Okay, so settings right over here. This is something you definitely want to do. The first thing you want to do is you want to change the setting over here, the general setting. And it says when a visitor subscribes to your form, there are two things you can do. You can either show a success message or you can redirect to an external page. So let's imagine you have a thank you page somewhere else, or you have a sales page that you want to take people to. You can redirect to that page here. But this is easier, right? Show a success message. You might want to change this. It says success. Now check your email to confirm your subscription. So I might say, hey, you've got it. I've sent the checklist, check your spellings, checklist to your email. Please check. Please check your email. Please check your email to get access. It's good to have you. Right, so make sure that it's something, something that represents you over here. So I have done that. I'm going to click on save again, just to be sure. ConvertKit, don't delete my stuff. Okay, so general. So domain name. So this is where you get to select your domain name. Which domain name do you want to use? So you can hit this drop down over here. And what ConvertKit have done is, because I had selected that I didn't have a domain name, what they have done is they have assigned a domain name for me. Now this isn't very pretty, but if you want to do it really quickly and get started, then just go with it. If you do have a custom domain, make sure you click over to your account settings and set up your custom domain. If you want a separate tutorial for how to do this, let me know in the comments and I will create that for you. The next thing you definitely want to do is over here on incentive. So the incentive is the thing that you are giving people. So that checklist, right? So there are two things you can do. You can either auto confirm new subscribers, and it says for auto confirming new subscribers, the danger of that is that people can give you some fake email addresses and they will be confirmed. And if you know anything about email marketing, when you start paying for it, you are paying for the total number of people subscribed. So if you have fake email addresses, you end up paying for them too. So you can either tick this or untick it and instead leave this one, which is send incentive email. So it says this will be sent once to a new subscriber to this form. If you leave this ticked as it is, you definitely want to click this, which is edit email content. So over here, you can see it has the email that I signed up with, but you want to hit the drop down to select the verified email, right? So I've now selected the verified email. You definitely want to edit the subject line over here. So I can say your checklist is here, and then you can edit this as well. So it says thanks for signing up, click the link below to confirm your subscription and you'll be on your way. So I can say thanks for grabbing the Facebook checklist. Please click the link below to download. And then over here where it says your confirm subscription, I don't like that either. I'm going to change this to download. Oh. Hold on. Confirmation button is required. Okay. So as I try to type into it, you can see that the button disappeared. So over here, ConvertKit is reminding me a confirmation button is required. Click here to add one over here. So now let me change this gently. So download. Download now. So the button is here again. It's good to have you. Here we are. So read your message. Oops, over here. Read your message and make sure that it works for you. Obviously, I'm writing something very quickly. My messages are different to this, obviously, but this is just for the sake of this tutorial. Once you've done that, scroll all the way to the bottom and hit save. Now, you have done you've added your message here. The next thing you want to do is, after confirming, what do you want them to do? Do you want to send them to a specific URL, right? In which case you can add the link over here. Or do you want to insert the download? Now, it's actually easier just to add your download here, to be honest. So you can click on download, and all you have to do is click on choose file and find whatever the download is. So let's say this is my download. I'm going to click on open. And ConvertKit is going to load it up, as you can see. So that means that when somebody grabs this, as soon as they click on that download button, they will get access to this instantly. And I'm going to hit save over here. All right, let me go back, make sure, let's see what's in advance. So it says change what's shown to return visitors who have already subscribed to this form. So what this basically means is that when somebody has subscribed to this form, if they come back again, do you want to continue showing the form to them? Do you want to hide the form, or do you want to show a custom content? I.e., do you want to say, actually, you've already grabbed this lead magnet, check your email. I tend to leave it on, continue to show the form again, because sometimes people can grab something with the, and make a mistake on their email, and so they won't get access to it. Or sometimes they can grab it and forget, right? So just show it to them again. It's completely fine. If they use the same email again, you will only see one inside ConvertKit anyway, so it's completely fine. So now we have finished with the form settings, so click on save over here. So now your form is nearly ready. We've talked about the reports over here. We've saved everything. You can actually preview your form over there. So this is what your form would look like. So imagine if you had a blog post, your blog would be above, beneath, etc. And all they will see is here. So make sure you have the title of what they are receiving and some blurb to show exactly what it is before they see this. So I'm going to hit on exit over here. Now let's look at how to embed the form. So a member of my team, Valentina, is actually going to show you how to embed the form inside one of your blog posts in a moment. But very quickly, you embed the form by going over here to embed, and you have several different options. So you can use a JavaScript, you can use a HTML script, you can actually just share the form as it is, or if you have the WordPress plugin, it's actually very, very, very easy to use that plugin to embed the form. So you can click here to download the ConvertKit WordPress plugin. If you are with Unbounce, etc., you have various options for how to embed your form. So Valentina is going to take it away and slide in this bonus for how to embed your form. If you don't need this portion, then just skip on to the next section where I will come back and continue this tutorial.
Okay, let me quickly show you how to embed your form. First, you need to go to your form and click here on embed. So you have the various options here. Let me show you how to embed it on WordPress. Just click here on WordPress, click here on copy. It means that the form is copied now. Then go to your page and just click here on this button and create new row. Then add the code section and just paste the code that you copied here. And click here on save. And that's it. You can embed this form on any page and post that you like. At the end, don't forget to click on save and publish your page or post, and that's it.
So now that I've shown you how to create a form, I now want to show you how to create a landing page. Now remember, a landing page is for those people who want a standalone page, like a web page. So you don't have a website or a web page to embed a form onto, you can use a landing page created inside of ConvertKit. So now let's head inside. So to get to the landing pages, you go over here to landing pages and forms and you click over here. Okay, so now that we're here, we're going to see that the form that I originally created is over here. So as you create more forms and landing pages, etc., you'll be able to find them in this part of the window here. So to begin creating a landing page, you go over here to create new. And then you select landing page this time. So select landing page over here. And what's going to happen, and this is the beauty again of ConvertKit, is that it gives you loads of beautiful templates that you can use to create your landing page. So it's already pre-created. All we have to do is choose a template and pick a couple of, change a few things, i.e. words, images, etc. And then you can use that as your landing page. So let me find a simple template that we can use for the sake of this tutorial. So I think this is simple enough. So we're actually going to use this one. So I'm using this one called Cypress. You can click over here to preview to see what it would look like once it's finished. Okay, so it's just loading. Here we are. So this is what it will look like. So you'll have a title over here. You'll have some text over here if you want a text, a call to action over here, and they put in their email and you change the image over here. So it's pretty simple. So I'm going to click on choose so we can use this one. So now we're here ready to edit your landing page. So a few things you definitely want to change. So the heading right now is in a font called Play Fair Display. But if you wanted to change that font, you would essentially, you would go back to the font. So if we go back to General Styles, Play Fair Display, let's look for, I kind of like this Roboto slab. Can you see how it's changed it over here? In this section, I quite like that. The body is the same thing. If you wanted to mess around with other fonts, you could do that over here in this section. I sometimes like Merriweather as well, which is quite nice over there. And then you could actually change the color of this entire background to suit your brand. So this is where you change the color. So if I click over here, I can select a completely different color. So if I wanted something a little bit more toned down, so that this part really stands out, but it's still within, my brand. If say this was my brand, I could choose it. So it's really is that simple. Now, when it comes to the image over here, in order to edit the image, all I have to do is to click over here to edit and crop. Let's see what comes up. Hold on a minute. Let me upload the image first. Okay, so it's going to give me access to my files to upload. So I had already created an image in Canva. It's not anything special. It's just for the purpose of this so that we have something to use. So it's now loading up my image and it's showing me my image, and ConvertKit gives you lots of options of things that you can use, either filters, you can change colors directly in ConvertKit, you can do a markup over here, you can even crop, you can rotate, you can flip horizontally, flip vertically, etc. I'm not going to do any of that to this image. I'm just going to click done. Let's see what happens. So it's processing my image. Okay, so now I have replaced that image over here, so you can see what it looks like over here. So the only thing I have to do is to change some text. So I'm going to change this to Facebook ads checklist. Over here, let's double, let's see if I can center this, which is there. And I'm going to add some blurb over here. Ready to nail Facebook ads. Grab my free checklist, which walks you through how to set up your Facebook ads confidently in a matter of minutes. Now, to be honest, I probably wouldn't use this text as it is, but for the purpose of this, I'm just putting it here. And so here, I want to change this from subscribe to a you know, a real call to action. So I might say, where should I send this to? Where should I send this to? Or I can say, insert your name and email. Right? Any of those would work. So I already have the email field over here, but I do want their name. So I'm going to click on plus over here. It is a custom field. Over on the right hand side, I'm going to call it first name. And over here, I'm going to move it so that we have first name and then email over there. And then you can also change the font color of the text over here, right? So if I wanted something a little bit darker so that it stands out, I can do that over there. Now we have the button over here. So I don't like sign up today. I'm going to have it as download, right? And then I'm going to change the color to match my Facebook color, or something near enough, at least. Oops. Near enough, right? To match that. And so, to be honest, for the purpose of this, I'm actually quite happy with this. Now, if you are playing around with this, you can play around with it until you are satisfied, but I'm only doing this for demonstration purposes. Now, there's other things that you can do for sure. You can also increase the radius. So if I increase it to 7, it's just increasing the radius around the outside over here. So I'm going to take it back down to 3. Font size, you can change the font size over here. If I went back to general styles, this is where you can change all of the actual font itself, the card color, and so on. And if you know custom CSS, you can pop that in here, but I don't need to do that. Now for this, you definitely want to change the name so that you can recognize it. So I'm going to click on this pencil and I'm going to call this Facebook Ads Checklist Landing Page. And I'm going to hit save, right? So once you are done, you are pretty much done. All you have to do is click on save and publish over here. So now my landing page has been saved. Let's look around. Let's look at anything else we need to do. So now there are other things you need to do when somebody grabs your landing page. You need to work on the settings just like you would if you had created a form. The first thing you want to do is when a visitor subscribes to the page, what do you want them to do? Do you want to show a success message, or do you want to redirect them to an external page? So once again, you can redirect them to an external page if you have an external thank you page, which again, you can create inside of ConvertKit, by the way. You can also redirect them to another sales page if you have that. That's completely fine. But if you are still new in your business, chances are you don't have any of that. So I say stick to this one, show a success message. Once again, you want to change your success message. Instead of success, now check your email. You might say something along the lines of, thank you for grabbing the Facebook Ads Checklist. I'm actually going to copy this so that next time I can just paste it. Actually, I'll copy it at the end. Thank you for grabbing the Facebook Ads Checklist. I've sent it to your inbox. Please check your email to download, to get access. Get access now, okay? It's good to have you. Pam. Okay, there we are. So I'm going to copy this so that I can use a variation of it in the next tab that I will show you. So now this is a success message. So when somebody grabs this lead magnet, they will see this success message, which tells them, which number one confirms that they have grabbed the lead magnet, but also tells them what to do in terms of, the call to action, which is go to your inbox. The next thing you want to do is head over here to domain and select the domain. So remember, if you don't have a domain, ConvertKit is giving you one, so select theirs, and that's completely fine. If you have your own custom domain, you click on here and go to account settings and add your custom domain. The next thing you want to do over here is go over to incentive, right? Which is their lead magnet, the Facebook ads checklist. So you have two options over here, right? You can either click over here to auto confirm new subscribers, which means that ConvertKit is going to auto confirm them. Like I mentioned earlier, the danger of this is that when people use a fake email address or an email address that by accident, you've auto-confirmed them, and that means that they won't get the lead magnet and you wouldn't even know because they would just be sitting inside of your ConvertKit account. And as you know, if you're paying for any email autoresponder, they are charging you based on the number of people that you have. So make sure that you don't tick this. You leave it as send incentive email. And then you want to come over here to edit email content. And the first thing you want to do is change your from email address to a proper email address that is branded. So I've got my branded email over there. You want to change the subject to something such as it's here. Facebook ads checklist over there. And then over here, I'm going to change this by just pasting what I had before. Oh. Okay, I'm going to just remove this and paste it. Thank you for grabbing the Facebook ads checklist. Please click the button below to get access now. And then I'm going to insert the button. So because I deleted the button, I'm just going to click here to add the button once more. Down, oh, the button's disappeared again. Let's do that again. Click here once more and the button is back. It's that simple. Download now is right there. Right, it's good to have you, Pam. Let's delete these things that do not apply. Here we go, right? So this is it. So we have a very simple message. Now, honestly, this message is not enough. Okay. When, inside of my programs and inside of my business, we use, a much more persuasive message than this. But for the purpose of this, I'm only adding this message just so that we can move forward. So make sure you read your message and you have something in there that is in more alignment with your brand. Once you have done that, you hit save over here. So now the next thing you want to do is you actually want to add the download there. So you can add a URL if you have your lead magnet saved somewhere else. It could be Dropbox, Google Drive, Amazon S3, it doesn't matter. Or a simpler way is actually just to hit download over here and to choose the file that you are going to be giving them. So let's imagine this is the file. I'm going to click on open and it's going to load up for them. And once it's finished loading up, the moment they click that button in their inbox, they will get access to this specific download. So if you are just starting out, I highly recommend that you just add the download in the download so that it's easy. So now that's loaded. The next thing I want to do is check on advanced. Again, it's asking you, if somebody comes back and sees this landing page, what do you want them to do? Do you want to continue to show the form to them? Do you want to hide the form? Or do you want to show a custom content? It's completely up to you. I tend to leave it at continue to show the form so that just in case they've forgotten, right? I mean, it doesn't cost me anything. If they do have use the same email address, it's not going to be a duplicate inside of ConvertKit. So I will leave it here as continue to show the form. And then over here is your SEO and analytics. So over here, you want to add in some SEO. You want to add in your title and SEO title over there, a description, and add an image. So this is very, very important. So I might say Facebook ads checklist. For the description over here, I'm actually going to cheat and click on save over there. Come back and just copy this over here. I'm going to copy this over here. I'm going to go over to settings again and just paste that. This is my cheat, guys. All right, then I'm just going to alter it. So ready to nail Facebook ads, grab my free checklist, which walks you through how to set up your Facebook ads confidently in a matter of minutes. And then over here, I'm going to add the same image that I added before. That way, what happens is if somebody does share my landing page to their friend, they will see the SEO, and SEO will pick up keywords such as Facebook ads, checklist, etc. I have Facebook ads again here. So SEO would pick that up. And then that's it. You can add your Google Analytics and all of those things, but I'm just going to hit save over here. Once you have finished, you can then hit publish. one more thing I need to show you is once people start getting access to your lead magnet via this landing page, you click over here to reports. Oops, I need to click save first. Let me not undo all of my hard work. Okay, go over to reports, and this is where you can see how many visitors you have had, how many subscribers you have had, the conversion rate. So ConvertKit is that good. So I'm going to click back over to content so that I make sure that I have shown you everything that I need to show you. And just like that, we hit save and publish, and we are done. Now, how do you share this? You can hit the share button over here. You can hit preview to have a look. This is what your landing page will look like. Exit preview, and then you can always hit the share button over here and grab this link to share with your friends. You can also share directly on Facebook, directly on Twitter, or embed it into your WordPress account. But I'm just going to keep it simple. Grab this link, and I'm going to type it over here, and now I'm able to share it with my friends. So how amazing is this? We did this in a matter of minutes. So there is really nothing stopping you or holding you back from creating your own landing page and beginning to generate leads. So that is your portion of tutorial for how to create your landing page inside of ConvertKit. Okay, so now that I've shown you how to create your forms and your landing pages, the next thing I want to show you is how to actually email your subscribers, and it's called broadcast emails. So remember, under the free account of ConvertKit, you can send broadcast emails. So how do you get there? You get there by clicking on broadcast right at the top here. Now, if you have no broadcast emails already, you will see nothing here. In fact, you'll only see what you're seeing on your screen right now. Now, where do we begin? So let me show you around what you will see. So you have this button, which is where we begin. You also have the status of all of the broadcasts that you have. So any drafts will be here, any emails that are processing will be here, any emails that are queued will go here, and any emails that have been completed, i.e. they have been sent, will go here. So to begin, you click over here to new broadcast, over here. So when you get onto new broadcast, you're going to see the 3 steps that you need to take. The first is you want to tell ConvertKit who are the recipients, i.e. the people who are going to receive this. What is the content of your email? And then you get to preview your email before you actually hit send. So that's what we are going to do here. So the first thing we want to do is change the from address. So this is my unconfirmed address, as you can see. So I'm going to hit this drop down and select my confirmed address. Now, right now I have 27 subscribers uploaded to this specific account. Now, if I leave this as it is, then whatever email I write is going to send to all subscribers, which if you want to do that, that's completely fine. But there are many times when you actually want to send an email to a portion of your subscribers. Now, how do you do that? You hit on all subscribers over here, you hit the drop down over here, and look how amazing this is. Look at all the selections you have. So you can send an email to all of your subscribers. You can also send an email to people who have subscribed to a specific tag, or to a specific form, or to a specific landing page. You can also send an email to people who are within a specific segment of your list. So remember earlier when I talked about the importance of segmenting your list, this is where it comes into play. You can also choose to send an email to all of your cold subscribers. ConvertKit knows who your cold subscribers are. So what are your cold subscribers? Your cold subscribers are people who are not opening your emails and not clicking any links. They are super duper cold as ice, right? So you want to wake them up or remove them from your account so that it improves your email deliverability. This is very important. You can also choose to send an email to people who are within a specific country or region. Oh my goodness, how amazing is that? Distance from a city. So for example, if you are running a local event or something, you might want to email only people who can get there, right? So this is where these come into place. You can also send an email to people who have subscribed within a specific subscription date, i.e. people who have only subscribed for the last 7 days. Completely up to you. You can send an email to a specific person based on their email, based on their first name or based on their email, or you can add custom fields. So the world is your oyster with ConvertKit, and that's why I love it. So So now if you want to send an email to people who have subscribed to a specific form, which is probably where you're going to begin, you click on form over here and you can choose either forms, sequences, tags, products. Let's keep it on form over here. And here, can you see my 2 forms that I have created? So I'm saying to ConvertKit, I want to send an email to everybody who has grabbed my Facebook ads checklist from my landing page. So now I have selected that, and all I do is add filter. So over here, you can see that this has gone from 27 to 0 because this is a brand new lead magnet and nobody has grabbed it yet. But you can imagine if I've had 1,000 people grab this, this would be 1,000. Right, moving on, let's imagine, so let me remove this and go back to all subscribers here. But let's imagine I wanted to filter and say, ConvertKit, I want to send an email to all subscribers except this specific group of people. I go down over here to add filter group. And again, I go matching none of the following. So I can go and add filter. So I'm saying ConvertKit, send an email to all my subscribers except, so matching none of people who have, let's say, subscribed to a form on my, let's say I use my other form that I have created, right? And I can click on add filter. Right, so now all I've done is ConvertKit, send an email to everybody except this specific group of people. All right, that's what I have done there. And you can keep going, right? You can keep going over here, but I'm going to close this. Now, over here, you want to add an internal description. This is just a name for internal use only. That means your subscribers won't see this name, only you will. So I could say Facebook ads checklist email, right? So I'm the only one who's going to see that, so it doesn't matter. Over here. Now over here it says include your ConvertKit broadcast in customizable newsletter feed embedded directly on your landing page. This is something pretty new. You can click on learn more to find out. But if you click over here, it's going to show it in public feeds, i.e. places that other people can see it who haven't yet downloaded it. So you might not want to do that just yet. But I'm pretty happy with this. To move on to step 2 over here, you want to click on next step over here. So now that I'm in this next step, I get to craft my email. Hooray. So I'm going to begin by putting in a really good subject line. And by the way, we have a brilliant tutorial for the best subject lines for emails. Please make sure you grab the link right beneath this video to help you with subject lines. So for this, I'm going to use this subject line. It's here. Facebook ads checklist. Okay, so now when adding your email content, you add it here. So add email content here. The one thing that I do want to show you is this plus button here, which has a lot of settings for you. So the first thing is personalization. So when you want to make an email personal to somebody by using their name, you click on personalization over here and you click on subscriber's first name over here. So you could say, hey, oops, and whatever their name is. So, hey Pam, thank you so much. Thank you so much for grabbing the Facebook ads checklist. And then you can add more information about how they can reach you, etc. If we click on this plus again, you can also insert an image over here, right? By clicking on that, upload files over here. And let's use the image that I had used earlier, right? If you want to, you can use a completely different image if you want as well. So I'll give that a second to load. So I have added my image and it's huge, right? It is way too big. So I'm just going to click on it and reduce the size from 800. Let's try 300. Okay, I can already see that it's a little bit better. Over there, I'm going to align it to the left. And then you can also add a URL if you want this image to be clickable, right? And so I have added that in. The other thing you want to do, so right at the bottom, you can click the plus and add other things. You can add a button, you can add a video, you can add a divider, a countdown timer. I mean, you wouldn't need a countdown timer for a lead magnet, but a HTML block and so on. So just make sure you have a look at this section to see all the various things that you can add. But I'm just going to close this email. Once again, it's good to have you. Pam. Okay, so I have done that. I've checked my email. By the way, if you want to add a link, I forgot to show you that. Let's imagine you wanted to hyperlink this. All you do is double click this and you can see that these settings pop up. You can make it bold, italics, underline, strike through, change the size, move it from the left to the middle, etc. to the right. Let's move it back to the left. Change the color, but this is where you add the link. So you click on this, and I can just add my website just for now. Over here, add link, and you can see now that it's in blue and it's underlined, which means the link has been added. So if I scroll down and I click on next step, I'm now on section 3. So I have done part 1, part 2. I'm now on part 3. And if I click on send broadcast, it's going to send it to everybody on this list. But I obviously don't want to do that. What you might want to do instead is over here, you want to, if you want to schedule this broadcast, you click on the pencil over here. And then you choose the date for scheduling. You choose the time that you want to schedule it for, 6 p.m. And then you have scheduled your broadcast, and that's it. And so if you want to find out where all of your broadcasts are, you come over here to broadcast, and you will see a list of your broadcasts here. So now we have only one here, right? And it hasn't been sent or anything. So that's why it says edit broadcast, because I can still edit it. It's still sitting in draft. So that is how you send a broadcast and how you schedule a broadcast inside of ConvertKit. Okay, so now that I have walked you through how to send a broadcast, I also want to walk you through how to create automations. So you can see that right now, we can't even click on this because we are currently on a free account. So inside of automations, oh my goodness, automations is the holy grail of having an online business, and it is automations that really does this for you. So to be honest, my recommendation is to make sure that you upgrade so that you have access to automation. So I'm going to show you what that looks like in my other account that I do use for my business. I have several accounts with ConvertKit, but very quickly, if I click on over on automations right now, it's, you know, it says that I can start a free trial of automations. I believe it gives you a 14-day free trial. So read through all of these things. And when your trial ends, it's $29 per month for 1,000 subscribers. But I tell you something, it is 100% worth it. This is what has really, really changed my business. So to start your free trial, all you have to do is click over here at start your free trial, and then you put in your credit card details, your CVC, your card expiration date, the postcode, and then you click over here to start your free trial. And there you go. So now I want to log into my other ConvertKit account, which is the account that I use to run one of my businesses. And I want to show you what automation looks like and what it has done for my business, and of course, how to use it. Okay, so I'm now inside my other account. So I want to show you some of the automations that I have, and there's a specific one that I actually want to show you. You can see that this is the holy grail of how I run my business. So let me just find that and show that to you. Here we go, master funnel. This is a very, very important funnel automation that I want to show you. So if I open this, you can see that over here, these are all opt-in forms, right? That people have opted in for, right? And I have loads of these. And so what happens is that when people grab anything free from me, they get tagged, which is what, you know, this is, the green stuff is. They go into a sequence immediately. There are timers. They are segmented based on what action they took. So for example, let's imagine somebody has bought this product, right? ConvertKit knows, it tags them, and it waits 2 days, and then it puts them into this sequence here. So this sequence is around about 6 months for the entire thing. So that means that if I want to take a 6-month holiday from my business, I can literally do that right now and not have to write a single email, because I have worked hard and put in this sequence into my business. And this was all thanks to the automations inside of ConvertKit. So that's how powerful it is. Now, how do you create yours? So we go back over here to the general automations. Before you can create automations, you need to create something known as a sequence. So let's have a look at that. So over here, I'm going to click on sequence over here. And again, we have literally, I don't even know how many sequences we have, close to 100 at least, sequences for various emails. So to create a sequence, to create an automation, you begin with a sequence. So we are on the sequence page, you click on new sequence over here. The first thing you want to do is name your sequence. So I'm going to call this YouTube demo. Personal note for myself, delete after, so I remember to delete this. So this is my YouTube demo. So you click on create sequence over here. And then you want to start building out your emails. Now, how do you do this? One of the best ways that I teach my clients to build out sequences is to make sure that you have an offer on the back of them. So your minimum sequence should really be 5 emails, and that's for like a welcome series. So let's say somebody grabs your email, grabs your lead magnet. You begin with your welcome series. So we have a series called Story Selling Series. And the purpose of this is to build that know, like, and trust factor. And it's one of the things inside of my program. And so over here, you want to add your own subject line. So add subject here, then you add your email, right? Add email body over here. Forget, all of this. It's just for demonstration, obviously. Once you do that, what you want to do is leave this as after day 1. Make sure you publish this. So hit publish. And then what you want to do is you want to add another few emails. So to begin with, your very first sequence should be about 5 emails, which is your welcome sequence. So that's email 1, email 2, email 3, email 4, email 5. Now, just a word of advice for how this should go. I highly recommend that on email 3, you send some sort of offer, some sort of call to action. Now, it could be a call to action to schedule a call with you. It could be a call to action to watch a webinar, a masterclass. It could be a call to action to go to a sales page. It doesn't matter. It is completely up to you. If you have a business coach, make sure you get some advice. If you want some more advice on this, comment below and I'm happy to share a little bit more with you. But you want to make sure you start with your welcome series. We have series that go for days and weeks even, but this is your minimum to start with. Once you have created this and you have written all of your emails and they are all published. So over here, let's make sure this is published. Oops. I have to add something. I add email. Oh, published. Let's see if it will do it here for me. Published over here, etc. There's something else I want to show you. This is a filter. So you can use this to filter out anybody who you do not want to receive this email. So let's imagine that your call to action, so let's go to day 3. So this would be your email for day 3. So this is day 1, day 2, day 3. Let's imagine that your call to action, let me publish this first so that we can actually use it. Let's imagine that your call to action is schedule a call with me, right? You do not want people who have already scheduled a call with you to schedule a call with you again. So in this instance, you hit this funnel looking thing over here, triangular thing, and then you want to exclude subscribers from this email. Matching, you add the filter and you add the tag, so subscribe to tags, and then over here you select the tag for whatever it is. So if I go over here, you can see that I have literally hundreds of tags over here in my account because I use this to really build my business, right? So I would select the tag that is suitable, and once it's selected, it means that whoever receives this email, whoever has this tag will not receive this email. So this is one of the ways that you can just be more diligent with your subscribers and make sure that you are not sending them information that they do not need. So let's imagine your sequence is completely done. It is done. You come back over here to automations, right? So now we're ready to set up an automation. So in the automations tab, you click on new automation over here. And again, you want to name this. So YouTube demo is what I'm going to name it. And a personal note to self. Now, to complete your automation, you click over here at Create Automation. So now you want to use joins form. So the first thing you want to do is you want to select the form that people have joined. So it could be your landing page, your form for your lead magnet, or it could be joins a tag, or it could be custom field. Like the world is your oyster. So let's keep it simple at joins a form, any form. You don't want to do that. You want to click on any, you want to choose one of your forms. So let's say I choose this lead magnet, stories that convert, right? So this is one of my lead magnets. So let's say somebody joins this form. You then click on add event over here, right? So now you can build your automation either this way or this way. So I'm going to click this. The next thing you might want to do is you want to add a tag. You must tag everybody who has joined your business in some way, so that you have all the information about them, about that specific subscriber. So I'm going to choose this one. Oops, it hasn't done it. Let me do that again. Okay, click on add action. And now what I'm saying to ConvertKit is when somebody joins this form or grabs this lead magnet, I want you to tag them. And then I also want you, ConvertKit, to email them, to add them to a sequence. So over here, I'm going to type in, hold on, let's do that again. Sequence. So I'm going to add them to, I think I created a YouTube demo. Oops. Demo, delete after, that was a sequence. And so now I can click on add action over here. And now I have created a very simple automation, just 3 steps, right? Somebody grabs this. I want you to tag them and I want you to add them to this sequence. That's all I have done. And to finish off, you have to click over here to turn it on. And that's it. Your automation is now turned on. So that means that all of these things will be happening in your sleep, right? So you never just want to send a lead magnet and leave it there. You want to send out a lead magnet. You want to tag them. You want to put them in a sequence so that your business actually grows. This is very, very important. Very important. If there is one thing not to miss out, it's definitely this, because this is going to be the key to actually growing your business financially. So this is how to create automations in your business. So I've pretty much walked through everything: how to set up your account, how to upload subscribers, how to create automations and sequences, how to create landing pages and forms, how to send out broadcasts. The only thing I haven't showed you is how to add products, and that is pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory, to be honest. Oh, accept terms and conditions, etc. All you have to do is to create your product over here, right? Name your product over here, and then choose your pricing method over here and your fulfillment. I personally don't use ConvertKit to fulfill my products, hence why there are no products there. I use other platforms for my products, so you might not need this, but the main ones that you definitely need are everything else: your subscriber list, your automations and sequences, your landing pages and forms, your broadcast. So I hope this tutorial was really clear. Slow it right down, come back and just, do the work. Honestly, this is one of those things that when you do it, it pays off 1000%. So thank you so much. I hope you got lots of value from this, and I look forward to devouring your comments and, hearing about the value that you have gotten from this tutorial. Don't forget to click all of the links in the description to get started with ConvertKit and all of the further trainings that we have for you absolutely free as part of being a subscriber on this channel.
Phew! So that is that tutorial. I hope it really, really helped you. I'm so excited and I absolutely love this tool. Once again, if you want to get started, the link is below this video. So as you are here, I want to also turn your attention to this playlist, which is all about email marketing. So make sure you dive into that before you move on anywhere else. Catch that playlist. Thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and subscribe, catch that playlist, and I'll see you in my next video.